NBC Sports College Football presents CFA football. The Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in their 90th game. We're in the heart of the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. This Thanksgiving Day and a happy day to all of you. I'm Keith Jackson along with Bob Greasy. Lynn Swan is on the field. And for those of you out west, a good morning to you. We've got a fine day headed your way. Well, Bob Greasy, I told you last week that the USC-UCLA game might be considered relatively young because that was only the 65th playing. This old rivalry's got sisters. This is number 90.
Well, you've been around for a lot of them, I know.
It's a turnaround year for Georgia Tech. They're a team under a new coaching staff that's gone from a 1-10 season to 6-4 right now.
Georgia has done a great job in taking this program over, and if there was ever a team that takes on the personality of their coach, this one has. He's tough, he's straight at you, he's very physical. That's the way they run the football, and that's the way they stop the defensively hard to run against them, and that's because of George O'Leary.
George was here, of course, under Bobby Ross's staff at a previous time, and now he's back at age 49 as coach. Ray Goff now is out at Georgia, we know that, but he brings a team here that's full of vim and vigor and a team of what might have been. But in particular, there's a youngster named Hines Ward who can do just about anything needed.
Well, this team, Georgia, the year has been a lot of injuries, especially at the quarterback position. Hines Ward starts at quarterback. He is the third. He is not a quarterback. He is a flanker playing quarterback. But for him to have for Georgia to have a chance, Hines Ward has to have a big day. He needs to strut his stuff if they're going to have a chance to win.
Here are the Bulldogs coming into Grant Field, Bobby Dodd Stadium. And here are the Yellow Jackets. George O'Leary, age 49, a Yankee from New Hampshire. Ray Goff's tenure as Georgia football coach terminated last Friday officially after 7 seasons. Thus, this is his last game in the regular season. Here he is now with...
Thank you, Keith. And Ray, you've done a remarkable thing in light of what's happened. You've taken the time to call all the parents of the kids who play for you. What have you talked to them about?
Well, I just like, first of all, for apologize for winning. You don't ever like to see that happen, but I thanked them. I think the greatest compliment you can give a man is to allow them to work with their children, and I've told them thank you for that. I love them all, and I'd always be there for them.
Barring a bowl game, this would be your last game with Georgia. Emotionally, how are you handling what you're going through?
Well, I think it's starting to sink in a little bit, Lynn, and obviously I expect it to be our last one, but if it is, I'm sure at the end it'll be very emotional for me. And because Georgia's been very good to me and my family. I graduated from here, but, you know, it's just been a great experience. I look forward to coaching again, and I will stay in this business.
Coach, thank you for taking the time. Well, this has been for 103 years, but right now you've got enough time to base just sneak a little peek at what you're going to have for dinner and wait for this kickoff.
We'll kick it off for Georgia Tech. He is from Rockford, Illinois, Dean's List, National Honor Society, all of that. Kirby Smart Daniels draw the deep people for the red shirt Georgia Bulldogs. And we're ready to play on real grass in Atlanta. One Daniel, the wide receiver at the 8-yard line, looks for a little daylight in the middle. Gets across the 25 and out to about the 27, and there Georgia will go to work with Hines Ward at quarterback. And you can see what he's done this season.
He has started 3 games at quarterback and 1 game at the running back position. The first game of the season, he caught 5 passes for over 100 yards. So he's been all over the place for Georgia.
When Bobo comes back next year off his injury, it figures that Hines Ward will wind up starting at a wide receiver spot. He is truly multi-talented player. That ball is thrown to the right side. That was not a lateral. That ball was thrown forward. It'll be a pickup to the 33-yard line. Bryce Hunter, the senior out of Valdosta, making the catch and the run. The Chile starting lineup now with the backs and receivers. We've got Daniels, number 12. He is one who is emerging. He is getting getting better and better every week. Bryce Hunter has been dinged up a lot this year, the other wide receiver, but he is also very efficient out there when he's healthy. On the second down play, they handed inside Ray Goff, who is from Anniston, Alabama. Boy is 6'4", 228 pounds. There's no daylight there for him, and he is swacked down right about the line of scrimmage. The offensive front for the University of Georgia, David Weeks is the center, and he's another one of those many centers around the country that just been a bumper year for good centers. And Matt Stinchcomb is getting a start at the guard position, a freshman out of Lilburn, Georgia. So it is third down, and they need about 3 yards. And they go out of a shotgun formation, Ward back. And he throws the ball, throws it very well, and completes it to his tight end, Larry Brown, a freshman from Decatur. Big target, 6'5", 250, and the Dogs have a first down out around the 40-yard line. The defense for Georgia Tech. Ron Rogers, the middle linebacker, and his wrecking partner, Keith Brooking. Those two lead the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in the tackle department. Al Jackson, the nose guard, is also a very good one. Big 99. You might enjoy watching him some today. Very active. First down for the Dogs, and they send Hunter in motion. Ward turns and gives to Bowie. And he's got daylight on the right side behind Taylor and Stark, and picks up the better part of 9 yards on the carry before Mike D brings him down. Now, Mike D is one of those in the defensive secondary for Georgia Tech. Lanky fellow at 6'4", 190 pounds. Ryan Stewart, however, the strong safety, is the big dude back there. He comes from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and he's a big guy at 6'2" and 207. And he will put a hat on you if you get to wandering around in his neighborhood.
Yeah, and he's the leader of that secondary piece.
Second down, about 1.5 yards. They go back to Bowie. Bowie gets another Georgia first down. Just plain old-fashioned jawbone football as he moves it across midfield to the Georgia Tech 49-yard line.
Well, taking a look at Georgia, what they have to do, Hines Ward needs a bountiful day passing. He needs to strut his stuff and be the big guy. Defensively, be physical, stuff the line of scrimmage, and stop the run of Georgia Tech.
Another first down, and the Dogs are moving it with Bowie the single back. Number 32 is Selma Calloway. And it's Bowie again, coming along the line, looking for daylight. Penalty flag is thrown out of the referee's pocket as he watched the play evolve. And when you see that, you can look out for a holding call on the offense, and that's what this is going to be.
The holding was on Bryce Hunter, number 88, when he cracked back on the strong safety.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Al Ford is from Florence, Alabama, the referee today.
Let's go back and take a look at this. Watch number 88 is going to come in and block right there. You see 88, see him grabbing the jersey with his left fist. Nice job, guys.
From the 42, then, the penalty moves them back, and it becomes first down and 19.
4 wide receivers.
With Marisa Simpson checking into the backfield, and Ward throws underneath to Simpson, who just came into the ball game. He's a big guy, 218 pounds, and he hammers his way down to the Georgia Tech 45.
Nice job by Georgia so far. Wayne McDuffie easing into this whole thing, getting Hines Ward off to a good start. He's thrown the ball 3 times, 3 completions.
And Ray Goff ending his 7-year tenure at Georgia as the head football coach. He's been given the opportunity of choice. He can stay at Georgia if he wants. He has not said yet what he wants to do because he simply hasn't had time to sit down and ponder. That's Daniel motion. Look at that. See, that was a bad snap. Ward one-hands it, pulls it down, gives it no thought, throws a bullet complete to Juan Daniels, and is close to another first down.
Well, it was a bad snap, and He's caught 18 passes on the year, has Hines, but that one, he just nailed. Not that he's a great athlete. I mentioned he started this year off. The first 2 games, he was a wide receiver. Then Robert Edwards, their tailback, got hurt. He went to tailback for a few games, and then both the quarterbacks got hurt. He shifted over to quarterback. Outstanding young player.
He's 4 for 4 for 34 yards. He'll be a story all day long. Back under center on the first down play from the Georgia Tech 38. Here's the pitch to Bowie, who's back into the ball game, and the stocky one. Aniston will pick up about 2 yards as he starts way around the right side. Robert Arnaud is a freshman behind him, and then Torrin Kirksey is another freshman behind him. There were 8 different people that played in what they call the back position this year. 5 different starters. So Bowie with 5 carries already in the ball game.
That Georgia Tech defense, Keith, is 3rd in the nation against the run. And that's why it's so important that Hines Ward have a good day throwing, because you don't figure that Georgia's going to be able to run the ball very well.
4-man front for the Tech defense as Georgia on 2nd down and 9 goes to the shotgun again. That ball came back hot to him, and he followed it briefly, but gets it away to Bowie, and Bowie is brought down. That's a good tackle by Ryan Stewart, who got him by the coattail and hung on to help a ride.
Here's a look at from behind the Hines. That's a bad snap there. That's almost end over end. I mean, you don't want to make it any tougher than it is. Come on.
Well, David Weeks has got his hands full, though, with big old Al Jackson beating him over the head.
You got that right. We may not, you know, if Weeks doesn't snap many better than that, we may not give him any turkey after the ball game.
Yeah, he's not used to all that single wing stuff, you know.
He likes it when he's up under center.
Down the middle, it got the man. That's a very, very good pass by Hines Ward, complete to Bryce Hunter, and it's first down for the Georgia Bulldogs at the Tech 18-yard line.
Oh, this is just good timing behind the defense. The receiver going to break to the inside. The timing is good, and the ball is where it should have been. It was fluttering a little bit. Didn't make any difference. Big play. Hines Ward, very impressive first drive.
Split the backs. Bowie and Callaway. Fullback move. Callaway got caught leaning. So that'll come back and cost him 5 for illegal procedure. 8:46 remaining to play in the first quarter here at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta.
Illegal motion in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Spend your holiday with ABC tonight. First, Jimmy Smits will host a special hour featuring television's greatest performance, including Whitney Houston's dramatic Super Bowl appearance, Diana Ross, Frank Sinatra, Steve Martin, many others involved. And then we'll have the spectacular conclusion of the Beatles Anthology special, all new, all tonight, here on ABC. It'll be first down and 15 as the ball comes back to the 23. Ward gives to Bowie. Pretty good blocking in the middle of the line to get the play going behind Weeks and Taylor. Georgia so far is seemingly a right-handed ball club, Bob.
Well, that's because, you know, the people calling the play, and the strongest side of the line is to the right side, the right guard Taylor. And they're a strong and weak offensive line, Keith. That means they flip-flop, and most teams are going to run to their tight end, especially from split backs.
And they've had a fair history of scoring. They've been down in this neck of the woods.
4 receivers to the left side of the quarterback right here.
Unusual formation.
Yes, very unusual.
Ward gets it away, has his man intercepted on the ricochet, and it's going to be a big return by Nathan Perryman back to the 32-yard line. So the bend and don't break defense of Georgia Tech suddenly has the ball come off the hands of a receiver. Goes the other way.
Here's Perryman right here. He's just going to be in the right place at the right time. The receiver's going to come down to the outside. The ball will be tipped. Now watch Perryman. He sees good vision all the time. Lets his receiver go by him because he sees the ball is being thrown to one of the shorter men. He leaves it. Pass is batted down. That one he caught.
Job in his senior season, had a pretty good year. More interceptions than he would like to have and fewer touchdowns than he would like to have. The Chile starting lineup include these as running backs and receivers. Grant Bainham, tight end. He's second generation's daddy. Greg Bainham played the tackle. Zachary's the flyer, and so is Derek Stiegel. I mean, Stiegel can really burn it when he's healthy. And he's healthy and on the field right now. As the Jackets come up, that's Zachary in motion. That puts him and Stiegel on the side together, and Davis rolls out. Gets it away, and it is a low pass, but it is completed to Zachary for a first down. Up at the 43-yard line. The offensive front for Georgia Tech is anchored by another center, Michael Cheever. He's from Newnan, Georgia, and he's like so many of the centers. I mean, his legs are enormous. The earth just trembles when he walks around.
If y'all haven't noticed, my partner likes centers and tight ends.
Yes, sir. Well, they roll around in that mud all the time. Georgia Tech on his very first play, getting a first down. You had Zachary shaken up as a result of rolling around on the ground trying and making that play. So there is a timeout for a moment. He's going to be taken off the field for some reason. He looks all right, so he'll probably be back very shortly. Georgia's possession, 13 plays, ended in an interception. So we have 7 minutes and 10 seconds only remaining to play in the first quarter. Native son of New Hampshire.
Nice job at Tech.
Charles Wiley is the single back now as Davis turns and gives it to him. And he crashes straight ahead for about a 3. Cheever and Salage.
Hit first for number 98.
Zachary's back. He's all right. Whatever water was leaking, they patched him. The defensive.
You mean he was slightly hurt and he's all right now?
Yeah. For Georgia, Whit Marshall is on a career record-setting pace this year.
Great
he
year.
Just wanders all over the field. And
great year.
If somebody's around wearing the other shirt, he knocks them down. Davis, number 13, throws that ball into the crowd, incomplete. And here's the penalty flag again out of the referee's pocket. There's only been 2 flags, and they both come from the referee, Al Ford.
This is going to be intentional grounding, Keith.
Trade in that microphone.
Yeah, it's kind of cutting up, but you know, it is the proper call. He did throw the ball way out of bounds. There was no receiver over on the sideline, and you know, if you can make the quarterback would turn around and make a case, hey, it just slipped. Well, the problem is there was nobody on the sideline that could have caught it if it hadn't have slipped. So the officials are calling that a little bit more, and I think it was a good call.
Coming into this ball game, Georgia Tech had been very successful on the season, having scored 8 times in 10 first possessions. So they have a history of doing things, but I don't think they're going to be able to pull off anything here because everybody was moving in all sorts of directions, and there are penalty flags all over the field. Boys get a little bit feisty, but then
they haven't had their Thanksgiving dinner yet. No, they're a little hungry.
Before the ball snap, movement by the offense, 5 yards. Third down.
Well, they'll back them up 5 more. It'll be 3rd down and 31. The defensive secondary for Georgia is anchored by Corey Johnson. Another one, very good football player back there. The Georgia Tech game stories today from our author, Mr. Goosey.
Well, on offense, meat and potatoes, you know, run the ball, avoid 3rd and long, and defensively make work, set the table with the pass.
Good year poetic. 3rd and 31. Donna Davis takes off, gets back up somewhere near the original line of scrimmage, which is about the 32. They'll mark him out around the 34.
11-yard gain on the play, brings up 4th down.
So Tech picked up 1 first down and then started going backwards. And at 5:50 to go in the first quarter, Rodney Williams, a freshman out of Decatur, comes in to punt. He was a consensus high school first-team All-American punter when he left high school and came to Tech. And look at how deep he is.
Normally you're 14 yards. He's a little bit deeper than that.
A little bit. Oh, that's a pretty good kick. He got the thing to turn over, and it runs Chris McCraney all the way back inside the 15.
Got a wall.
Got a wall. He got away from that first tackler, and instead of being down back around the 17-yard line, he brought it back up to about the 27. So it's a 53-yard punt. 5:20 to go first quarter and no score. Thanksgiving Day.
Like a 6 World Series, 6 bat.
The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. Lufthansa, flying to over 200 cities in 90 countries around the world. And Chili's Grill and Bar, where steak lovers go for great grilled steaks. Georgia back to the attack now, starting from their 27-yard line. They'll run the ball with Larry Bowie, and Bowie pounds into the right side of the line. George O'Leary, yesterday, talking with him, talked about emotion in the ball game and gave you an almost typical coach's answer.
Well, it'll be an emotional game for the first, 5-6 minutes. But, I think after the first, my experience, after the first, 3 or 4 hits, reality sets in, and it comes down to what, who has the players as far as, making adjustments and making big plays. I think George is giving great all year. I've done the best game.
Number 95, Jermaine Miles, defensive end for Georgia Tech, just turned Hines Ward upside down.
Normally, when you roll that way, you've got pretty good protection, but this time, Miles, 95, just says enough of this stuff. Hines didn't even see him, even though he rolled that way. You're looking past him. You don't expect that defensive end to be there. You expect him to be blocked. 4th sack on the season for Miles.
Ray Burnson suggesting that maybe he knocked the stuffing out of him. Since we were on his writing in Thanksgiving parlance. There was some hit. 3rd down, 13. Ward drops it off underneath Simpson. And Simpson hammers his way to the 32-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and the Bulldogs will have to go to the front. The tackle by number 50, Ron Rogers. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll select the genuine Chevrolet Most Valuable Player from each team. To date, Chevrolet contributing almost $5.5 million to scholarship funds, America's colleges and universities. Dax Langley, a sophomore out of Conyers, between Atlanta and Athens. And he gets a favorable bounce that goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Nathan Perryman electing not to try to return it with a lot of traffic in front of him. So it's a 42-yard punt.
I've got a taste for living when you're by my side.
This option, leading Georgia to a 13-10 win over Georgia Tech. The Bulldogs went on to the Sugar Bowl, where they lost to the eventual national champion Pitt Panthers. And now Ray Goff, in case you missed the very beginning of the program today, his tenure as the head coach after 7 years has been ended, and he is in the process of determining where his future will take him. But he did have a considerable settlement. C.J. Williams is in at tailback the first time today. He missed practice a couple of times this week, did not get the start. He's a good one.
Had a thigh injury, Keith, and that may have been why he was slowed. If you don't practice, you don't start, I guess, the way
Standard rule of thumb. Ball is out on the 30 now after a pickup of about 3-4 yards. Ferguson making the tackle on him. Williams, C.J.'s a big sophomore, 201, and hit with some authority.
There's that center you're talking about, Cheever. He starts off on one of the defensive linemen, comes back and picks up the linebacker. So some good linemen. Georgia Tech wants to run the football. The That's not surprising for a George O'Leary team.
Second down and 6, and Donnie Davis throws it down the middle to Middleton. Harvey Middleton. And he will pick up a first down. The Yellow Jackets are a relatively young football team, but Georgia is really young. And the new coach goes into Athens is going to find a full cupboard if he can just get everybody healthy and keep them healthy. I mean, there's talent.
See how Georgia Tech gets it done, rushing their 14th in the nation, passing their 92nd. They average 135 yards a game for the air, 220 on the ground.
Cassidy is in there at a wide receiver position now as Charles Wiley gets a carry across the 45. The temperature as we started the game today was 48 degrees in Atlanta. They're talking about rain tonight and getting cold. It's quite brisk yesterday. When I was a lad, they called it the flats, and you could go right over there and go bird hunting.
You grew up not too far from there, didn't you?
Far.
Yeah, down the road? Down a dirt road.
Yeah, exactly. It goes in motion. And they're lucky to get that one back. Number 36, a linebacker, Whit Marshall, was all over Grant Bainham. Davis tried to force it in, but he threw it on the wrong side of his receiver.
Joe Kynes is a defensive coordinator, and he just loves Marshall. He says he's a blue-collar type of linebacker. Kind of hooks him with his left hand there. I don't know if Joe taught him that or not. He knocked the ball down, but he's had a great year. Leads the team in tackles, and very good player.
How is between me and him? That is, he got it done.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
Third down and 6. Davis, good protection. Passes away to the sideline. Pass is incomplete. And Tech will have to punt it. Saturday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, ABC's college football offers. Ohio State trying to nail down the spot in the Rose Bowl at Ann Arbor against Michigan, or Florida State in Gainesville against number 3 Florida. And then at 3:30, the Skins game. That's all Saturday here on ABC Sports. Corey Johnson, free safety, now drops back in the return position for the Georgia Bulldogs as Rodney Williams gets his kick away. First one with a 3-yarder. This is a good hanger that goes back to the 9. By Johnson, but it bounced right up to him. And he's pretty nifty. Even though a couple of good moves, he couldn't get more than back to the 10 with a 45-yard punt. Here's Swanee.
Well, Keith, Georgia's had a lot of problems with injuries, but if you have to give a Mr. Courageous Award to somebody playing with one, give it to Hines Ward. You know, he broke a bone in his right wrist in August, which they did not discover until after the Florida game at the end of October. They've tried to take it easy on him on practices to protect him, but it's still broken. They'll operate on that wrist at the end of the season, Keith.
What do you call that? A low pain threshold?
Well, that's tough when you've got a cracked bone in your navicular bone in your wrist and the throwing hand. I mean, that's just making it a little tougher than it needs to be.
Carrying the ball is number 15, Larry Bowie. And one of the reasons Bowie is in there, he is a senior. He's a big, heavy guy, 228 pounds, and the 2 people behind him are freshmen.
Yep.
But what happens is Larry goes in there and beats on him for a while, and then they put those 2 quick guys in there and fresh legs, and look out.
6 different players have started at, they call it scatback. We put tailback in here. A lot of people don't know what a scatback is. Different universities will call different positions different names, but 6 different players at that tailback position.
There goes Bowie again, and he just pumps in there when he squares up and heads up field.
The best of which at that tailback was Robert Edwards early in the season. He just started out at a house afire. Georgia won their first 2 games. Really could have beaten Tennessee in the 3rd game, had them down, and then ended up losing it right at the end.
Yeah, they had Tennessee in the Without all those injuries, it's a football team that could very well have gone 9-2, 10-1.
They lost their top 2 quarterbacks. They lost their top running back. Godfrey, their linebacker, who hasn't played a lot this year either.
Figured to be All-American.
Oh, yes, he was preseason.
Yeah, whistle stop it. It can be run one. So it's been a fairly quick first quarter of play here at Bobby Dodd Stadium, Grant Field in Atlanta, as the Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets getting it on for the 90th time. And no score after the first quarter of play.
Here's a look at your numbers. Not much there. The key things, the time of possession, bottom Georgia over 10 minutes. And the one turnover at the end of their first drive did not hurt. They didn't lose any point. They may have lost a field goal. And then also the plays, 18-9 in favor of Georgia.
All right, Georgia goes to work inside their own 20. Torrin Kirksey now in the backfield. The freshman running back, and he's got the ball. Here come those quick, fresh legs. But the Yellow Jackets are equal to the challenge as they take him down. A tackle led by Ron Rogers.
Here's a look at the first drive only. There's 3 snaps here that Hines Ward, that one right there was low and away. That was tough to pick up. That one was almost end over end. And here's the third one. Again, the center, the snap in the shotgun, not good. Breaks the concentration of the quarterback. Something that when you've got a new quarterback in there, that the snap should be there. So it's like you don't even have to think about it. The ball's going to be there. Don't worry about the snap. But so far, the center, Weeks, is been a little off on the snap.
Well, the Dogs got a very generous spot. And they've got a first down by the length of the football. As this possession, remember, on the punt return from the 10, and they moved it now out past the 20. They'll call it first down. Bulldogs on the 21-yard line with Bowie coming back in now at the tailback position. Callaway. No, it's Bowie at a fullback. It moved him up in. It's 15 at fullback now, and number 20, Kirksey, is the deep man. And here's Ward looking to go deep. Down the field for one and two. And it's just beyond his reach.
Yeah, well, they had what they wanted, and that is single coverage. And I'm sure that Ray is thinking right now, boy, if I would have had Bobo in there, that single coverage, man to man, and all you got to do is hit him. He had him beat, just didn't connect.
Even though not connect, though, it is still a call for it, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. But at the same time, for Georgia Tech, they're going to say, continue doing that. We're playing 8 up the run, and man to man in the secondary. They can't hit it. We'll continue it.
Second down and 10 for the gun for Ward. Pressure coming up the middle. Gets his action away. It is dropped by Kirksey out of the backfield. And a penalty flag, and Ward is down. Going to get ball from the quarterback. Hines Ward is shaken up. Now he gets up. Tough kid.
Well, if something would happen to Hines Ward, Ray Goff would have a tough decision to make. We'll get to that in a minute.
Personal foul against the defense. Numbers blew to the head with it using the helmet to hit. 15 yards plus the first down.
Let's take a look at it. Little game on this side.
Whoa.
He didn't use the helmet to hit him.
No, he didn't. Ryan Stewart was the man that came flying through, and he was going so fast. I guess he's going to argue he couldn't stop, but that's how come all quarterbacks have scars on their chin.
That's true. But if you don't have a scar on your chin, you're right. But as I mentioned, the top 2 quarterbacks, both Mike Bobo and Brian Smith, are injured. Behind Hines Ward, a true freshman who has played at all this year.
So the penalty gets him a 4 down, and they go to Kirksey, and he's down behind the line of scrimmage. Ron Rogers, number 50. Sophomore from Dublin, got penetration. Those 3 linebackers, Jimmy Clements, Ron Rogers, Keith Brook, and Clements is the other 2 are 4.
Good linebacker play. Reeds is key. Rogers and Brooking, number 35, the 2 inside linebackers, not only lead this team in tackles, but they are second and third, respectively, in tackles in the conference. Rogers and Brooking. Call them the Bruisers.
They go now with Bowie as the protector. And saying the one, something wrong with your hand.
Yeah, you got to help. Yeah, you got to help. Hey, I've played that position. Hines is saying it ain't that hard when the ball's right there. No, and I know that it gets that.
Did you not see the handle? Now they go wide with 4 receivers. Ward looking around. He's going back to Daniels again. This time one gets it. There's a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 13. So if the flag's against the fellows in the red shirts, that play will come back. And it is. It's not too hard for somebody to move when you got them spread that wide in front of a full house.
This is the coverage. Let's go ahead and run it. One of the big concerns, and I'll have you stop it in a minute. All right, let's stop it right here. Look at this defensive lineman right here. He is eyeing the quarterback. One of the real concerns about Hines Ward that he's going to scramble and run. That is called a spy. Now, that's a defensive lineman. I don't know which one it is. It might be Jackson. It may be Bradford. They're both 277 pounds. If you're going to put a spy, I don't think that guy's fast enough to catch Hines Ward if he runs.
Dax Langley into punt. Dropping back is Nathan. Makes it taken down immediately. Georgia Tech having refused the penalty, forcing Georgia on 4th and 2 to punt the ball away. Tech takes over. Back on their own 23. Cuddy rides around in an automobile. Sonny Seiler, University attorney, and has provided all of the others over the years.
Hugger just came over to get his picture taken, and he said, "That's enough. I'm out of here.
Yep.
I got other things to do."
Yep. Summertime, they put in his magic kennel. He's even been known to have an ice mattress. Go with Philip Rogers now in at the running position. And Rogers, a freshman out of East Point, which is part of the greater Atlanta area, picks up about 7 yards on that carry.
Here's a look at Georgia Tech defensively. Opponents not getting a lot of yardage. Offense runs the ball. That's good football right there.
Georgia Tech defense taken down that time as Donnie Davis moves the ball for a first down. The Georgia Tech defense, sort of that bend and break philosophy, and bend but don't break. And they have pretty well pinned up the Georgia offense so far today. Now the question is whether or not Tech's going to be able to run enough.
Well, then Tech wants to run, and this is what they want to do with their quarterbacks. Donnie Davis, they want their quarterbacks to move. They want them outside the pocket, get on the corner with their mobility.
Bulldogs show blitz. And this is Philip Rogers again. And Rogers will pick up about 4. So it's a relatively conservative game so far. College football tomorrow, these are the games that you will see in the morning time. The Arizona State game is a Pacific area only. That will follow the Oklahoma-Nebraska game, which is a national telecast. Those are in the middle of the country in the east will get the other games followed by Oklahoma-Nebraska. Out west on the west coast, you'll get Oklahoma-Nebraska followed by Arizona State. And of course, Purdue, Indiana's playing for the old Oakland Bucks.
Oh, yes, Lord.
And Bob Greasy has been involved in that one before. Those games, that multiple listing of games, don't forget that you can inquire from your cable folks as to what they might have to offer, and very nominal price on pay-per-view. Get the game that you really want to see. That was Charles Wiley carrying that play. And they're looking now at about 3rd down and 1, and it's a relatively short one. So it's Wiley and Rogers as they go to the power stack. At the first down with Rogers carrying.
I've seen that formation in a while.
Yeah, I'll take that big old tight end and stick him in there and stick him.
So true stack eye where you have three guys lined up in an eye formation behind the quarterback. And so George O'Leary's been around for a while. He's seen all the formations. Of course, he's a defensive guy, so he knows what he's talking about.
He brought Chris Myers in to line up in the backfield, 6'7", 248.
Well, he's a tight end.
Ball's on the Georgia side of the field now at the 47. First down for Tech. And Davis looking down the middle of the field and lets it go. And it is caught. Middleton, touchdown.
Georgia's concerned about the Tech run. Play action fake. Donnie Davis got a strong arm. Throws this about as good as you can throw it. Just over the defenders. It's the longest pass play for Tech this year. Leads to a touchdown.
47 yards. The extra point try by Fricks is good. So it's jab, 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 right cross. Nuggets to lead 7-0, 10:19 to go in half.
There's no stealing your thunder. Can't be contained. Fill me with wonder. Cool me off like rain. You're the part of me that's but you're a part of me. Oh, yeah.
It isn't just anyone who can set up a deal in Tashkent, or Almaty, or Istanbul, or Bombay. And it certainly isn't just any airline that can get you there. People do business all over the world. The flies there.
They don't play kick the can like you used to. They don't dress the same way. So why are you taking pictures of them with the same old film? Try new Fuji Color Super G Plus film. Because your pictures should be nostalgic. Your film shouldn't. Now, Fujifilm has a new way of buying Batman Forever. Riddle me this. Riddle me that. Save $5 on Batman Forever on video with a mail-in rebate when you buy 3 rolls or a 3-pack of Fujifilm or a Quick Snap Plus camera.
When the 1996 Olympics come to Atlanta this summer, some 16,000 athletes, coaches, trainers, and the coterie will be in residence here on the Georgia Tech campus. And it will unsettle things for sure. Mike Finn was telling us yesterday that they will have to go park their car someplace away. They'll have to get on a shuttle bus, and they'll have to come to the Olympic Village, go through security in order to get into their office.
June 5th, they put a fence around this whole place.
And the fall team next preseason, George O'Leary is going to take them to North George College up at Dahlonega. So they can get on with preparing themselves for the season. A lot of improvement. Georgia Tech will come out of the Olympic Games with a lot of improved facilities.
You said 15 to 20 new buildings, mostly dorms.
We told you early on about the residency improvement. It's going to almost double on campus. Bobby Dodd Stadium, Grant Field, is the oldest on-campus stadium in Division 1A. There's been here about it. Long driving kick by Fricks. Back into the end zone. No return of this by Kirby Smart. It'll be Georgia ball, first down at the 20 with Georgia leading 7-0 on that pass from Davis. Middleton covering 47 yards. Don't forget, at halftime, we will be announcing the Burger King Scholar Athlete of the Week Awards. And that's worth listening to because it covers all 4 levels of college football, and it's on the brain. First down from the 20 Turtsey in there in the deep back position. He's got the ball, turning the corner. Got a hold!
Look out.
And it is Nick Ferguson, senior from Miami, that finally hauls him down, but he's got a first down at the 43.
Turtsey is a true freshman, one of the 6 different starters that Ray Goff has had to go to in the injury-riddled season. And he was the leading rusher coming into the ball game with 504 yards right there.
Bryce Hunter, senior out of Augusta, and he picks up about 5 yards. Nice Perryman on the tackle.
Bryce Hunter's had a tough year, Keith. Had some injuries. He has led the Southeastern Conference in receptions the last 2 years. It's 135 receptions and 16 touchdowns on his career, 37 this year. But that's a little bit of an off year for him.
Second down and 7.
Doesn't have Eric Gazire to throw him the ball either.
Turtsey again. That's good recovery by the Georgia Tech defense. Right on him. First big hit came from Ryan Stewart, number 24. He is a hitter. Well, he goes around looking for the action.
He's not only good against the run, he's intercepted 3 balls and ran one of them back for a touchdown this year. So, but the first thing this Georgia Tech defense does is defense. Stewart is the strong safety. Many times he'll be up near the line of scrimmage, 8 men to stop the run, force the throw.
Third down and 6. In the shotgun. Pops it out. Stop. Ron Rogers. Georgia will punt. So the team from the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC, leading 7-0, is about to get the ball back from Georgia Bulldogs, which your members have been all along of the Southeastern Conference. Kind of different with Tech having moved into the ACC, but the rivalry remains full of flavor. And this is Perryman.
Yes.
Oh, look out.
Yes.
One man, and he got him. The kicker, Dax Langley, held his ground, hit him. He lost his momentum, but Tech has the ball on the Georgia side of the field. First down for the Yellow Jackets at the Bulldog 36.
Well, every high school, every college, and every pro team has a punt return where you set up a wall down one side of the field. Now look at the white jerseys he's running by. Pick a fence. There's only one man left. He has to beat him, and he does. That's a nice job by the punter.
It was a 24-yard punt, a 56-yard return. Jay Williams at tailback, and he is Texas all jacked up now. They roll it all the way down to the 22.
Let's go back and look at the punt return. Maybe we can see some of the picket fence. Look to the right side. All the white jerseys are waiting for him right there. Look at him peeling back, peeling back. There's a good block. Now, defensively, when you come down, you have to look and see where all the white jerseys went. They're not in the middle. If they're to the right or the left, you better get somebody over in that lane.
First down from the 22. Give it to Williams again. He gets inside the 20. Where Jason Ferguson, a 300-pound junior from Nettleton, Mississippi, makes the tackle.
Jason, he hasn't. Jason's pretty big.
Oh, Jason whittling on that sawmill gravy.
Well, he hasn't missed many Thanksgiving meals in the past. I want to tell you.
Got a big frame.
There's Jason. Sure, he's going to be hungry. We'll have a drumstick and some mashed potatoes. Gravy later on today.
Second down and 8. Make the pitch deep. Give to Wiley. Wiley daylight over the left side of center. And down inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, Georgia Tech. Just enough deception to freeze the backer and get him some room.
From behind the defense, Jason Wiley, a redshirt freshman, That's what he does in his spare time. He's electrical engineering major. And that's pretty good running for the young man.
Inside the 7, call it 1st and goal from the 6. Got a flag. Again, it's the referee. Illegal substitution.
Action at 12 men in the huddle for more than 3 seconds, 5 yards.
Picky.
Yeah, well, it's you know what happens, Keith, is this is not the first time. You can't have 12 men in a huddle for more than 3 seconds, because the thought is that you're trying to confuse the defensive coaches as to what substitutions they need to put on. The defensive staff will alert the officials before the game to look for that, and that's what happened.
After the kind of day you put in, all you want to do is fall into a nice, comfortable easy chair in a quiet place. Of course, sooner or later, you'll have to go home.
College football teaches a lot of tough lessons, some tougher than others. And even though my football days are over, the lessons are still being taught. Only now, I'm doing the teaching. Thanks to Hitachi's Promise of Tomorrow Scholarship Program, a program that awards $5,000 teaching scholarships to students like myself who are associated with college football. While giving lessons isn't easy, it couldn't be harder than receiving them.
Hitachi and the CFA committed to fulfilling the promise of tomorrow.
210 years ago, the founders of the University of Georgia dreamed of an institution dedicated to academic excellence. Today, more than 2 centuries later, their dream has been achieved. The nation's oldest chartered public university, the University of Georgia.
Georgia Tech barely efficient inside the 20-yard line. C.J. Williams, who's had the big run here in this possession, is only the 4th player for Georgia Tech to run for 1,000 yards in 103 years of football at Tech. The others are Eddie Lee Ivory, Jerry Mays, Bobby Levette. He's a pretty fancy company.
Georgia's allowed a lot of scoring once their opponents get inside the 20-yard line.
So the penalty moves him back outside, the 10 to the 11, and Williams is the single back. He's got the ball. He goes back 5 yards as he brought down by Brendan Tolbert.
CJ didn't start the game today. He had an eye bruise, missed a couple days of practice. Take a look at Tolbert, but CJ led the team in rushing and in. He had over 1,000 yards, averaging 107 yards per game. And he's a pretty good runner.
Derek Stiegel's coming into the game again. He's been out for a couple of plays. He's number 9. He's yet to see the ball today. Yet he's their primary offensive weapon. Davis comes, gets a block, throws, touchdown, Zachary.
There's a look. Georgia Tech wants to get Donnie Davis on the corner. Get him out. Doesn't have to be anything. Athletic ability, one-on-one. Not a good throw, but good enough for the completion. They wanted Buster Owens, the defensive back on that side, wanted an offensive interference penalty call.
Briggs for the point. Good. To play in the first half, and 14-0 Georgia Tech.
All right, here's Zachary here. He's going to go into the end zone. But watch as Owens right here feels as though he's been fouled on the offensive interference. Watch to the left of your screen. He goes down, runs in, knocks him back. You make a pretty good case for that, wouldn't you think? Even for an offensive guy like me, that looks like offensive interference. You knock the man down, come back. I would be a whitey. I mean, I'm an offensive guy, and I think, you know, you get on me all the time for siding with the offense. Now I with defense, and you say I'm whiny. I don't like that. I don't know.
Davis, last passes, pretty good stuff. 47 yards and 6 yards.
Yes.
Yep. Dave Quick, sophomore out of Rockford, Illinois. Put something down. The Georgia Tech jumps into a 4-0 lead now. Defense corralled Hines Ward and company pretty well so far in this ball game.
Yes, they have.
High hanger. Runs Daniels 5 yards deep. And there will be no return. He'll come out to the 20. Well, next Saturday, that's a week from this Saturday. Triple header for you here on ABC Sports for the Army-Navy. Touchdown beginning the day at 3:30 Eastern. We'll have the final Southwestern Conference game ever as the Longhorns and the Aggies. And then at 7:30 Eastern, the Florida Gators will be against Arkansas in the SEC Championship game presented by Dr. Pepper. Next Saturday here on ABC Sports. Florida's big test is coming this Saturday. That ball goes right through the hands of Bryce Hunter.
Keith, that ball could have been caught by Hunter, but let me tell you what happens to the psychic and the thinking of these wide receivers. They know that Eric Zier is gone and he's not throwing the ball to him, or the two other quarterbacks here, Mike Bobo and Brian Smith, the regular two quarterbacks aren't throwing. They know that it's Hines Smith, that he's a replacement, that he's a flanker and a wide receiver, and they know they don't expect him to do it that well, so they sometimes don't concentrate. And I think that hurts him.
This is Larry Bowie with the ball, and he's across the 25 to the 26.
You need to catch the ball whether it's there or not.
Right. If I was Hines, I'd be getting myself a short hoe handle and having a talk behind the barn.
Sometimes they don't expect the ball to be there.
The last three Georgia possessions, punt, punt, punt. Ward is now 10 out of 14 for 83, and he's had the one interception which came off of a ricochet. Ball hit the receiver on the hand.
This is his fourth start at quarterback. The other three were pretty tough ones against Alabama, against Florida, and against Auburn.
Third down and 4. Beck drops off a little bit now as they come out of the shotgun on third down and 4. They go to Bowie. Good move by Bowie, and he's got the first down. So Larry Bowie with a little juke here and a little juke there, and a lot of power straight ahead, and he gets his first.
Well, Hines does a good job. They dropped 7 guys off in zone. He's got 5 or 6 yards. You're throwing it underneath, but now Bowie does a nice job. Avoids the tackle. Now lower your head and pick up the first down. That's just good play.
Ball is at just beyond the 32 of Georgia. So the Bulldogs break that string of punts and get a first down. This is Kirksey. Oh, my goodness. That's Ron Rogers with a Thanksgiving Day greeting.
There's Rogers. Rogers was not recruited. He's from Georgia, but was not recruited by the Georgia Bulldogs and is really looking forward. His mother went to Georgia, and he is really looking forward to this ball game. His last year, he was on special teams, and he really was flying around and didn't play too well. But this year, he's looking to show the Bulldogs that they may have missed him by not recruiting him to the University of Georgia.
Holding penalty against the Bulldogs will move them back. And it'll be first down and 14 with the ball at the 23 now. Simpson checks in, and he becomes the protector for Hines Ward on first down and 19. And he's not protecting. He took off as a potential receiver, and Ward throws the ball into Al Jackson. Al is 6'2", 277 pounds. hard to handle.
The defensive linemen need to know that when the quarterback throws the ball, if they can't get a good pass rush, and Jackson was not getting a good pass rush. In fact, he was getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage. At least you could do is when the quarterback throws, get your hands up. And that time, Hines threw it a little bit low. He was trying to hit the back. You mentioned checking out of the backfield.
3:15 to play in the first half. 14-0. Georgia Tech leads Georgia. And out of the shotgun, Kirksey. He is brought down by number 35, Keith Brooking, the other sophomore linebacker from Sonoya.
Well, those two inside linebackers, Rogers and Brooking, they're a pair. They both from rural Georgia. Rogers said when he came in, he was when Brooking made his recruiting visit, Rogers showed him where he says, I knew right from the start that he and I would hit it off. Same type of kids.
Third down and 19. Flag. Look out for the holding here. Ward is taken down. I'm sure Tech will decline it. Take the punt. Jermaine Miles, for the second time, close and personal with Hines Ward.
Holding on the offense, penalty decline.
Hines Ward at quarterback is a very athletic person, but obviously he is not the guy that Ray Goff wants to be a quarterback. Those guys are injured and hurt, and that's why Georgia has suffered the last 7 or 8 games of the season trying to score points.
Dax Langley in to punt one more time. He's had 3 so far, a 42, 34, and 44. The last one came back 56. Not a particularly good kick this time for Nathan Parham in the handle, but the Dogs do cover him fairly well, and they take him down just about the 48-yard line. Coming up on the potential halftime report, we'll have a look at tomorrow's Nebraska-Oklahoma matchup. We'll be talking with John Cooper, who is in his office. He is not at home having Thanksgiving supper. And we'll have a Thanksgiving Day feature on Penn State's defensive coordinator, Jerry Sandusky. And the story of his work with children.
Great story. Great story. Good coach.
And,
good
Vince Dooley is going to be with us in the third quarter.
Vince, all right.
To talk about what's shaken over in Athens at the university. This is Rogers. Just barely back to the line of scrimmage. Good defensive flow. Georgia's Philip Daniels and Whit Marshall. Clouds are coming this way, so if you're on your way to Atlanta, I hope you brought it. It's going to rain. 2 minutes and a half to play. First half. Put it on the 49, second down, and 10. And a timeout called by Georgia Tech.
Tending your land, getting your hands back in the soil, working with the sun on your back. Could anything be more rewarding? Paying someone else to do it for you, like Net. That's what Visa Gold's for, with enough purchase power to turn your yard green. And what could be more relaxing than mowing it yourself? Saying Al, Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
Chet and I were looking for a high traffic zone, so we set up next to Gateway 2000. Heard they were selling over 1 million computers a year. Turns out they can give people more computer for their money because they sell them all over the phone.
Nice for computer buyers. A major setback for the souvenir industry.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. Call 1-800-GATEWAY for a free information kit on how to get more computer by buying factory direct.
Lasagna, sausage, and a spicy meatball.
But you know I can't eat this. I'll be up all night with heartburn.
Your appetizer.
New Pepsid AC acid controller.
This one little pill can stop heartburn before it starts. Just take this one now before dinner. It'll prevent heartburn all night long.
Bless you.
Pepsid, now available without a prescription.
I think it needs a little more spice.
You can be heartburn-free with new Pepsid AC, the strongest, longest acid controller.
Number 42 is one of those fellas on Sunday, Randall Guthrie, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree, Keith, but he's a linebacker, all-conference the last couple. Made some preseason All-American teams, but another of the injuries that Georgia has suffered through this year. Godfrey has not played a lot of ball games this year. Had a hamstring. He started 5 games, only 25 tackles. That is nothing. This is an outstanding player who's been hurt most of the season.
Now after the time out of Georgia 49, Davis down in the short zone to the big old tight end, Chris Myers, 6'7", 248 from Panama City, Florida. And he rumbled home down for a first down.
The key thing here is Davis moving the quarterback, little play action. Now get him out. Now when you roll him out a little bit, there are huge gaping holes that open up, and this is a great hole to throw through. A little behind Myers. Nice job. Catch. 7th reception of the year.
And Grant Bainham comes back in. He's the better blocker, more experience. This is Philip Rogers with a tough run. And the Dogs had their hands on him. They didn't put him down, and finally Keith Drayton dragged him down. But it's a good run by Rogers.
He's a true freshman that hasn't played a lot. He's gained a little over 200 yards rushing here. But the personality of George O'Leary is showing we want to run the ball, stay away from 3rd and long situations, but defensively stop the run, and they have.
First down from the 13. Tex stretching again, leading 14-0, and it's Rogers again. So they're right now at about 100 yards in passing, 47 of it, one big play, and 101 yards running.
Yep.
Pretty level stuff. Kind of interesting, though, the Stiegel has not seen the ball yet.
Been all Georgia Tech from the first drive on.
Davis keeps it. Good traffic. There's no place to pitch it. He had a man trailing the play, but that would mean losing another 3 yards, so he just ate it.
Donnie Davis, you mentioned earlier, Keith, getting a second chance. He's a 5th-year senior. He started as a junior and did pretty well. And then last year, Tommy Luganville came in and played. Part of the reason was Donnie had some surgery done in the spring, didn't get back all the way, and was frustrated last year, ended up playing some wide receiver at times. And now he gets back to playing as you see there, 11 and 10 as a starter.
3rd and 6.
Yeah, he was coming.
Incomplete, the bat intended for the tight end, Bainham. Harmon Love, not to the side. Swanee, you want to part of that conversation?
Yeah, Keith, I was talking to George O'Leary, and he said the reason why Donnie Davis is starting for him is because of patience. He said if he didn't have any, meaning George, Donnie wouldn't be starting. He said that he felt this was a good young man, but he had to take a little more time with him, and it certainly is paying off in this ball game because he has played patiently, and Georgia Tech's on top.
27-yard field goal try for Frakes. He missed it. Golden hooked it left. And the score remains 14-0, Yellow Jackets.
This weekend, it's a double bill of comedy. First, Bill Murray.
Hi, I'm Bob.
As the patient who won't go away.
You're back. No, I'm not. You're not? No, I'm not. He's never gone! Is this some radical new therapy? You see?
What about Bob, Saturday?
I'm sailing!
Then on Sunday...
You're incredible.
Who told you? Bill Murray's got one day to convince Andie MacDowell he's not the jerk she thinks he is.
You speak French.
It's a romantic comedy, the network television premiere of Groundhog Day on a double bill of comedy this weekend on ABC.
So Frakes misses on a short field goal chip shot. Might be meaningful before the day is over. Here comes Georgia now with Torn Kirksey. Number 20 carrying. From the 20, he'll have a yard. Bulldogs have 3 times out remaining. And the clock continues to roll along. So they apparently are going to the clubhouse at 14-0.
Well, they don't stack up well against this Georgia Tech defense. First of all, Tech won't let them run because they're so good. They're third in the nation against the run. Secondly, Georgia can't throw the ball very well because of Hines Ward's inexperience at the quarterback position, so they're in a tough situation.
Bulldogs come in here with 13 or 17. Non-conference win, but I'm telling you, Jermaine Miles lays down toward
That's the second big hit from my man Miles, and throw another turkey leg on the fire for him. I want to tell you,
man,
he's going to have an appetite.
He is a heavyweight.
Oh,
at halftime.
Wait on the turkey for that boy.
Georgia Tech 14, Georgia nothing.
A little cranberry sauce.
I worked. I paid for your frivolity.
Oh.
Go on first down. They go to the ground game. Calling it is C.J. Williams, who's having a pretty good sized day, and he's got 9 yards on that carry.
First half numbers. Georgia had more plays, but and more time of possession, but Georgia Tech got on the board. 203 yards total offense for Georgia Tech, only 136 for Georgia. The one turnover was big. The Bulldogs were taking it down on their first possession and turned it over.
They ran 13 plays and wound up with an interception down deep.
Now for Georgia Tech, we said meat and potatoes. Run the ball and avoid 3rd and long. Well, they've had it on 4 3rd and longs, and the average was 11 yards each time, so they got to stay away from turnovers in there. Defensively, make Ward set the table with the pass, and they've done that. He's averaging only 2.4 yards on the rush, and his passing is less than 100 yards.
So from the 31-yard line, it's a first down for Tech. Georgia short, continuing to show the 4-man front. Monty Davis, the quarterback, keeps and just simply options it over the right side and gets it out across the 35 to the 36 with Love on the tackle.
Here's a look at what Georgia Tech did. Got started rather slowly, but then they got some good field position on the Georgia 36 and then the 49. Scored 2 of the last 3 times, and they should have had that field goal. The last field goal was a short missed field goal that could come back to haunt them later in the ball game.
Second down and 6. Williams the single back. Off-show blitz. Now pull it off and drop. And they give it to Williams. And he's got a couple of yards on the carry.
Here's a look at the leaders offensively for Georgia Tech. Davis is 5 of 9. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's the big thing, being very efficient. Williams, 34 yards, is the leading rusher. Middleton has a touchdown, as does Zachary. And the Yellow Jackets hit him through the air.
3rd and 2. The ball, and the Bulldogs get him. The defensive front just ate him up, and stepping in is number 48, Bill Benton.
Number 99, Drayton, has been eating a little too.
So Wiley is turned away, and Georgia Tech now is going to have to punt the ball away to the Bulldogs.
Johnson and Marshall, the leading tacklers.
Rodney Williams to do the punting, with McGraney going deep to receive it and return it, he hopes, for Georgia. The offense has been contained so far today. Off the side of the foot. Oh, my goodness, takes a Bulldog. They let it go, and they're going to pay for it all the way down to the 14-yard line. And I had a legendary coach standing right by me who just winced on that. Should catch the ball, son.
Americans have always held a special place for automobiles. And in particular, automobiles that just plain work. It makes sense when you think about it. America is a big place. There is a lot of ground to cover. Americans need to cover ground. Chevrolets on the roads of America than any other car. More people trust Chevrolet. Why? Probably because they just plain work. And people like that. There is, after all, ground to cover.
At Chili's, we're always fixing up something special from the grill, like our Caribbean chicken salad with grilled marinated chicken and grilled tuna salad with ranch dressing and spicy pico de gallo. So if you like your salad fresh from the farm at the grill, Chili's grills like no place else.
It isn't just anyone who can set up a deal in Tashkent, or Almaty, or Istanbul, or Bombay. And it certainly isn't just any airline that can get you there. People do business all over the world. Good thing Lufthansa flies there.
Couples, Haven, Jacobson, Watson. Golf's best duel in the desert in the Skins game, Saturday on ABC.
The Georgia Bulldogs now will start this offensive possession, their first of the second half, from their own 14-yard line as Hines Ward stays there, and we're sitting with Vince Dooley, the athletic director at the University of Georgia, whose primary chore is to find a new football coach. And I guess the question everybody would like to know, Vince, is whether or not you're willing to go outside the South and find yourself a man.
We'll go anywhere. Yeah, there's no limitation as to where we're going to go. So the search will be national.
And do you have a projected time period?
Well, we'd hope to get one by the 1st of January, certainly by the first recruiting weekend, which is usually the first weekend in January. I think it's important to have your coach by then.
And he's coming in. The cupboard has got there's a lot of fruit in this cupboard. I mean, it is not bare.
I think it's a pretty good opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity at the University of Georgia. A lot of unfortunate injuries this year, as everybody knows. This team was very, very close to being very, very good early. And the loss of the tailback and the quarterback has affected this football team, no question about it.
Are you looking to change the way things are structured insofar as the development of the football team? And I guess what I'm asking, are you willing to go throw the ball more? Or do you have something in particular in mind for the man you're looking for?
I'm looking for a man that wins.
Pretty simple stuff, isn't it?
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple stuff. Another look here on that play.
Well, Hines Ward's going to fake the toss. This ball is going to be, he pulls up inside just a little bit high. This ball was down a little bit. I think it would have been completed, but that's what Vince is talking about. He's gone through two quarterbacks, and Hines is, I think, better served as a flanker than he is a quarterback.
It's got to be an agonizing thing for Ray particularly, but you as well. And you look back on this season, it's a season of what if.
There's been a lot of ifs in it, but yet the game is a bunch of ifs. If you think about it, just such a game of inches so many times, and it's been true all the time. There's always been a game of inches, and this year has been no exception.
But this team, given reasonable luck in the injury department, could well be a 9-2 team or even 10-1.
Could, but we're going back to ifs.
Yeah, you go.
I mean, but there's a lot of teams during the course of a year that could be 8-3, 9-2, 10-1, if.
Now, is there a committee involved in this search, or is it solely your job?
Well, they have given me the responsibility, primarily, to recommend somebody.
Going deep and too long. Pass incomplete, intended for McCraney, who has been returning the punt. Ward pumped it up. You know, Hines Ward could have played with you back in the days when there was single wing ball. He'd have been a star.
He'd a tremendous single wing tailback, and certainly the most versatile athlete I have ever seen to do what he has done this year, running back, wide receiver, and he's a daggone good wide receiver, and he would be a great single wing tailback, no question about it.
Vince, you were the primary force in moving the no taunting rule into effect, the ethics and behavior factor into the game of football. Are you satisfied, you and the committee, that it's done what you intended it to do?
It really has worked. It really has worked mainly and primarily because the coaches wanted it to work. The coaches were really concerned about the football game. And there's too much of this look-at-me type attitude. I think we've gone back to team, the big team, people hugging each other, celebration in team instead of this individualism of look at me. And it's worked because the greatest majority of the coaches wanted it to work.
What if you can't find what you're looking for? You going to put on, willing to put on the hard hat?
We're not that desperate, you see.
I'd ask. You did do pretty well over there.
Well, I survived.
Oh!
What a catch.
What a catch by Daniel.
He's a heck of a receiver.
He stretched his arm about 3 feet to pull that thing in.
Well,
that'll be a first down.
You and Vince are talking about inches and ifs, and if this ball were thrown a little bit lower, Daniels may have been able to run a long way with it, but a great catch nonetheless.
Tremendous.
Vince, good luck to you in your search.
Thank you.
I hope you find the man you need and want.
We will.
Goes well.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Good to see you. See you, Bob. Thank you.
Vince Dooley, Athletic Director, University of Georgia. And the Dogs moving the ball now, so maybe it's a good omen. Maybe you ought to stay up here. As the Georgia game stories now with Bob.
Well, for Georgia, offensively, we said Hines Ward needs to have a bountiful day passing. He's at 11 of 16, 90 yards. I think the best is yet to come if Georgia needs to win, is going to win this game and be physical, stuff the line of scrimmage. They've done that. Only 103 yards for Georgia in the first half.
2nd down and 3. Kirksey. And a good tackle by number 40, Nick Ferguson, for Georgia Tech.
Kirksey again with carry.
Here are the leaders offensively for Georgia up to this point. Hines is 11 of 20 for 120 yards and the 1 interception. Kirksey leads the rushers. Bryce Hunter with 4 for 50 yards. Daniels has 3, and he has made some circus catches.
That last one was a dandy.
A one-hander.
There have been all kinds of rumors about who will be candidates. And of course, the media loves rumors, and they've been pumping them up down here. Dan Reeves started early on, and
Dick Sheridan's next to one, the old coach of NC State, who
they've been talking. Somebody brought up Bobby Ross the other day and wrote a story in the LA Times about it. But Bobby Ross, of course, his ties are all to Georgia Tech. And George O'Leary giggled pretty good yesterday when he heard about the potential of that. I don't think that's going to happen. But for Ray Goff, you got to feel bad about it because, you know, dealing in ifs is a silly thing to do because they don't get you anything. But nonetheless, what ifs are going to kind of frustrate him, I'm sure. Hunter, you want to add to it?
Yeah, I talked to George about that. The reason why that rumor got started about Bobby Ross is because Bobby Ross called to recommend someone else. So it doesn't matter why you're calling. If your name's associated with football, you're going to be a candidate.
That's right. So on 3rd down and short, Hines Ward keeps the ball for Georgia, and he's going to have his first down. So the Bulldogs are moving the ball here. The start of the second half, very much like they moved the ball to start the game.
Exactly, Keith. You know, as you mentioned, 13 plays, the opening drive. Hines Ward was intercepted inside the 20-yard line, and they haven't done much with it since. Haven't had very good field position either.
Well, one of the reasons of these guys.
2 inside linebackers, Rogers and Brookings. No surprises there, leading tacklers.
On 1st down from the 37 of Tech, Ward goes inside line. Daniel, good catch again. Oh, I got to believe that old Hines and one got together and had a talk. He's come up with 2 spectacular catches in this possession.
Well, from behind the defense, this ball is going to come right at us. There's Daniel, number 12.
20-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10, Georgia, number 7.
You know, benefit of the doubt. He was almost out of bounds when he caught it, but it was close.
1st down. Ball is inside the 18 of Tech. 14-0. Georgia Tech lead. This is Kirksey trying to break it off of the outside corner there, and number 46, Ralph Hughes, denied him and made the tackle.
46, Ralph Hughes. 4-yard gain on the play.
The ball rests right about the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The only other college football game being played today, the Baylor Bears and the Texas Longhorns. You're on an 8 tonight. It's a ESPN.
That's a big one in the Southwest Conference. Certainly is. I'm starting to talk like you, big one.
Big one.
Well, we're in Georgia.
This is and he's short of that marker. He was trying to reach beyond the marker, and Justin Robertson, number 58 for the Bulldogs, for Georgia Tech, brings him down as Kirksey, the Bulldog running back, is 180 pounds. He's the lightest of all of the listed stat backs or tailbacks. He just couldn't knock Dick Robertson out of the way.
There you go, nice drive. Now just need to get some points out of it. First drive, second half, very important to come out, especially for Georgia since they got shut out in the first half.
3rd down and a short 3. Up the middle, touchdown, Bulldogs.
Give an assist to the umpire, but just good blocking up front for the Bulldogs. Kirksey going to start to the left. Now watch him cut back. Now the umpire is going to be right there. That's the safety, I believe. Can't see it too well, but the umpire did play a role. Defensive back should have tackled the umpire and Kirksey, and then he'd had a ball.
Kanon Parkman is in for the extra point try. It is good. They go 13 plays, cover 86 yards to start the second half of their first possession. And they score. And with 6:37 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's a 14-7 Tech lead.
No stealing your thunder. No, it can't be contained. You fill me with wonder and cool me off like rain. You're a part of me, that's the heart of me. Without you, I'm just a lonely melody. But together we are harmony. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
No one gives you more ways to add the impact of color to black and white documents. Xerox Color. A simpler way to do good work.
I must have ate a gallon of chili.
You ate a herd of ribs.
Well, the onion rings were greasy.
My refried beans were heavy.
Cheese fries.
Garlic bread.
My Lanta.
My Lanta? Tums Ultra.
Tums works fast to help knock out heartburn. And while my Lenta liquid has aluminum and magnesium.
Tums Ultra has calcium.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Your body? What about my body?
CFA College Football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Chevrolet. The cars that 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. And the U.S. Army. Learn how to get an edge on life. Be all you can be.
All right, stop it right here. This is the problem. That's Ferguson, number 40, trying to get up to make the play. The umpire, who has a problem with trying to get out of the way of offensive linemen and linebackers and defensive backs, that time got in the way of Ferguson, and probably Kirksey saw, and he kind of shielded him off. Sometimes runners will do that, and it's a smart play.
Quite a remarkable stat here, too. At 6:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. Total yards of the game, Georgia has 222, and so does Georgia Tech.
And Georgia Tech's got 14, and Georgia only has 7.
Oh, that ball ricocheted off of Charlie Rogers.
They're working together.
Was caught by Derek Stiegel, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Georgia Tech. Well, Bill Murray is occupying a whole lot of time on movies this weekend here on ABC. You got 2 nights of it. On Saturday night, Richard Dreyfuss stars with him, and what about Bob? Then on Sunday, the network premiere of Groundhog Day with Bill and Andy McDowell. So you got a couple of nights of fun with Bill Murray and company on ABC this weekend. Hand off to C.J. Williams and give him 2 yards on the carry.
Georgia's fired up now. They came out, shut them down defensively, did Georgia. Forced a punt. Ray Goff's offense went down, scored. They're back in this ball game, and I'm sure the Bulldogs want to send Ray out on a good note with a victory.
Second down and 8. Williams a single back, and that's exactly the man in motion. Remember, Stiegel is yet to see the ball today. And they go underneath to Benham. And Grant Benham, the tight end, is just short of the first down.
Benham is the son of Craig Benham, who was with the Miami Dolphins, Keith, when I was with him, and grown up to be a good young man and a good receiver. He's caught 13 balls coming in here today.
Daddy was a pretty good one here, too.
His linebacker, good player.
14-7, Tech leads. And it's third and a short one. Davis.
I don't know if he got it.
Both linesmen are across the 30. They put their foot down across the 30-yard line.
Well, then he got it if they measure these things right, huh? Being Thanksgiving, Keith, I got to tell you the story about thinking about these young freshmen. When I was with the Dolphins, it was an annual right that the equipment man would send out a letter and put it in everybody's locker, but it was mainly to get the rookies, the new guys on the team, about one of the supermarkets in the area giving away free turkeys.
Blitz was on, passes away, pass is completed to Williams out of the backfield and up near the 40.
And every year, you know, you're supposed to pick up your free turkeys like a Tuesday between 1 and 4 in the afternoon. And all the rookies who wouldn't know, they'd go over, the letter was signed by the general manager. They'd go into this supermarket and they'd say, "Where's my turkey?" The letter said free turkeys for Dolphin players. And of course, the supermarket knew anything about it. And we had some long faces coming back when those rookies came back without their turkeys.
Second and 1, C.J. Williams. Short of the first down. Solid lick laid on him. Philip Daniels went off the field a moment ago, number 89, but now he's going to come. No, he's not yet. Not coming back yet. Keith Drayton has checked back into the lineup now as they get an extra lineman in because Georgia Tech is looking at third down.
Thing about that story, though, Keith, a lot of them wouldn't own up to the fact that they went over there and got embarrassed. So we used to have to send a video camera over there, and we'd show it before the meetings would start, show them going in and out of the store.
On third and 1, Georgia put in the goal line defensive people, but Georgia Tech ran right through it and picks up the first down with Williams getting the carry. Put it on the 46-yard line for the Engineers. For the Rambling Wreck. Davis stops and throws back over the middle, complete to Harvey Middleton, who caught the first pass for the touchdown today. Gave Tech the early lead in the ball game. Move the chains again to the 39 of Georgia. These are the early games in the middle of the country and the eastern part. That Arizona State game will be West Coast only following the Oklahoma-Nebraska game tomorrow. Check your local listing, or if there's a game there you'd like very much to see, you might call your cable operator and see if he's got it available for you on pay-per-view. Well, Tech is riding C.J. Williams' his buggy right now. I mean, he's the man. And he's piling up the yardage. He's got 10 carries for 54 yards in the ball game.
And this is their MO, as we mentioned. O'Leary wants to be able to run the football and to stop the run, and that's where he's getting his yardage right now. The clock, keeping it on the ground.
2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Inside, Wiley. And on second down and 3, he stopped short of the 30 and short of the first down.
Defensive line of Georgia is a good one, Keith. They've got Ferguson, Smith, Daniels, number 89 is probably the top guy in that defensive front, but you're looking for a strength on that defense. It's a big line.
Williams again, and he's got his first down. So Minter, Cheever, Szilard, Dukes, and McGee are doing their job, and Tech is eating up clock and grinding down the field. It's kind of a different look. In the first place, you don't expect an ACC team to muscle up and dunk you in the mouth like they're doing right now. And historically, you don't expect Georgia Tech to do this. So, because through their history, they've been the little quick guys. I mean, they fly around and play defense. There have been some years when they've had the big people to play like that.
Well, and Georgia has always dominated this series. They've won the last 4 games, and 7 of the last 9. Georgia was always the big brother, and Georgia Tech the little brother.
The feeling is that Florida State's entry into the ACC is kind of boosted everybody up.
Yes.
The whole league, the whole conference is going to get a little better.
Well, to compete with Florida State, you have to get bigger and quicker. I think that's the key. You have to have more speed, and Georgia Tech is becoming a faster team.
This is the 12th play of this possession. Well, they had a Georgia man in the neutral zone. Davis took the snap and dove ahead. Of course, that's the rule of thumb. If the center sees, and an experienced center in particular, like Cheever, sees the defensive man in that neutral zone, he pops that ball up and away they go and try to get an offside call.
Offside on the play, except the penalty, 5 yards, first down.
Crusty fellow.
Well, you explained it correctly, Keith. The only concern is that the quarterback sometimes, if the ball is supposed to be snapped on 3 and you're only on hut 1, and if you get somebody jumping and the center snaps, a lot of times your hands are not ready for the ball. And if you know that the center might do that, you better have your hands ready for that football. You'll get a jammed finger.
Second down and 2. Davis throws on second and short. And he hit his big old tackle right in the back of the head.
Just poor technique.
Jason Dukes over there trying to block.
Poor technique there, not by the tackle. Dukes. He's just as big as he is. It's not his fault.
He's 6'7",
but
97 pounds.
But poor technique by Davis, that when he looked downfield and then he wanted to come out and throw the outlet, that he didn't shift his feet and come back and reset himself and go around those big bodies.
Look for a crack. Go through the pressure. And that's done a lot, isn't it?
Oh, you can't throw over. You got to look around.
C.J. Williams trying for the first down. And I don't know if he's got it or not. Just depends again on where they decide he came to rest. But they might be looking at a 4th down play here, and they aren't. So do you go for 3? He missed the last time as we wind down to the end of the third quarter. So we'll be back with a finish of the Bulldog Yellow Jackets battle after this message of the word from our ABC station.
That's for my ex. That's for my overbearing boss. That's for the condescending bank teller. That's for that lousy waitress and crummy coffee. And this is for you.
The Chevy Camaro 200 horsepower 3800 V6. Therapeutic, isn't it? It's not about saying cheese anymore. It's what doesn't go according to plan that makes the best pictures.
Try Fuji Color Quick Snap Plus one-time use cameras, because life won't stand still while you go home and get your camera. Now, Fujifilm has a new way of buying Batman Forever. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Save $5 on Batman Forever on video with a mail-in rebate when you buy 3 rolls or a 3-pack of Fujifilm or a Quick Snap Plus camera.
Number 1 Nebraska puts its perfect record and its national title hopes on the line against arch rival Oklahoma. It's part of an ABC college football doubleheader Friday.
Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Give us a chance to help you at Taylor Select in North Augusta. Get super bank rate financing with our special factory program. Loaded 94 Toyota sport trucks with air, AM cassette, alloy wheels, and more, all at low monthly payments. All credit applications accepted at Taylor Select with the most import program cars in the CSRA.
Whatever it takes!
Yes. Taylor Select, North Augusta, your import program car headquarters.
You just can't beat a tailor-made deal anywhere.
Macy's after Thanksgiving sale. Store-wide savings for the entire family. Every code 25 to 50% plus bonus dollars off. Cashmere sweaters $89.99. Women's boots, buy 1 pair, get the second at 50% off. Men's dress shirts 2 for $50. Macy's after Thanksgiving sale starting Friday.
And if you'd like to buy a cat, may I suggest the one in the hat? Just $13.95. Oh, and you spend $35. Only at Macy's.
Kids, guns, and the lives they take on the next Montel.
We've got 15 minutes of football left in the 90th meeting between Georgia and Georgia Tech. And the Engineers are leading by a score of 14-7. They led at halftime 14-0. They're coming up here on 4th and 1. On the year, they haven't gone on 4th and 1 a lot of times. But C.J. Williams goes over the top, and they're now 8-13 on the season.
Well, when you make your living running the football, as Georgia Tech has most of the year, if there was any question that O'Leary was going to go for it, and they needed something. Watch that offensive line. Number 70 is Dukes, just buries the gap over there. Salaz, Minter, Cheever, the guys up front. There was no question about that.
So put the ball at the 13 of Georgia, make it a first down for Tech. And Davis hands it off inside again. Yard on the play. Jermaine Smith on the tackle.
C.J. Williams gives the yard on the play.
The numbers after 3 quarters. The Georgia Tech 280 yards of total offense. And just about caught up now with the total number of plays. Good balance for Georgia Tech. Georgia getting theirs mostly in the air.
On him now. Whit Marshall and company came in a hurry and stopped Cole. Well, it'll be 3rd down.
I think what Joe Kynes and the Georgia defense are realizing is that they're just trying to control the ball, take some time off the clock, and run it down their throats, and they're stacking it up pretty good. You're going to have to throw the ball to get anything done, I think, in this area, Keith.
Little rollout.
I think that's the call.
Buster Owens got burned the last time.
Roll this way.
They scored on it. He stopped short of that. Zachary too high. Missed him by a foot. Coverage by Orlando Sims.
Well, he had what he wanted. He had single coverage. When you run this inside guy all the way to the slot, what you're going to try and do is get the ball to this man right here. Now, the thing you want to worry about is take care of this guy. So he's out of the way out here. So you've got the whole outside to throw the ball to the slot. The outside receiver holds his defensive back. Now you've got that whole area to throw. It was there, just missed.
30-yard field goal try by David Fritz is good. And Tech builds its lead to 10 points. 17-7, 13
here for hours.
They can't put their puppets down. Hi, Kitty.
New at Burger King, Toy Story puppets from the magical Disney movie.
I'm Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger.
Get all 4 high-quality puppets for your kids. $1.99 each with any good-tasting value meal. Toy Story puppets. You can't put them down.
Looks like it's going to be a long night. I think we better get more puppets.
When young policyholders come to me, I look at them and think, boy, that was me 15 years ago. I remember very well how quickly things changed for Debbie and me. Marriage, children, our first house. It's exactly why State Farm's insurance checkups are such a good idea. Your agent helps it all in perspective so you can make the right decisions. The way you were 5 years ago is not the way you are today. It's comforting to me when I can say to my policyholders, hey, I've been there.
State Farm is there.
At True Value, we've got all the decorations and gifts you'll need to get your home ready for the holidays. And anything else that might help.
Santa!
This Royal Cordless Dust Devil is just $19.88, and this 26-inch toolbox with bonus toolbox is only $14.88. True Value. Christmas is just around the corner.
Jackets leading 17-7. If they can hold the lead, win this ball game, it seems almost a certainty they will be invited, and maybe even right after the game, will be invited to go to Miami and play in the CarQuest Bowl. Is that considered Miami, or is that Fort Lauderdale?
That's Joe Robbie Stadium in Broward County. I think Fort Lauderdale runs that. Kenya Corey, the game chairman, is here. It's probably what he's doing.
Got to win 6 games in Division 1A competition to qualify. Rules set forth by the Extra Events Committee, and Georgia Tech needs this to have 6 Division 1A wins. And this is Juan Daniels. Daniels is out to about the 23-24-yard line. That's Saturday college football here on ABC Sports. And you want to watch Ohio State, Michigan, and Florida State at the same time. Stack the sets on top of one another and call your cable man. Say hello. And then we'll have the Skins game. And there's old Corey, and there's Fred, the big fella from Portland. First down for Georgia. Bulldogs need something to happen pretty quickly now. Down the middle, it's what a hit is put on Bryce Hunter, but he gets up. Mike Deeb just nailed it. Not only caught the ball, but he got up and walked away.
Yeah. Now that's, you know, the problem here is Hunter is right here. He's going to go down, make a move to the outside, but watches the safety is watching Hines Ward, the quarterback. The whole time, Ward is looking for Hunter. That's the only guy he's looking for. And when you look somewhere, that's going to pull those safeties that way. And you want to look them off, not look at them all.
Go back to the ground game with Curtsy, and not much there. Bryce Hunter, 5 catches on the day for 71 yards, but he won't have a harder one than this.
Yeah, and next year when Hines Ward is a wide receiver, he is not going to want his quarterback to set him up like that.
Hang you out just like a pair of drawers on the wash line.
It's nothing against Hines Ward. I mean, he's in an emergency situation playing quarterback, but that's a tough catch there.
Good way to lose a couple of ribs. Second down and 8. Little fake. Freezes the backer, opens up the middle for Ward to run, and he's got a first down.
Well, this is part of Hines' game we haven't seen much of today, Keith. The scrambling part and the running around. He was a running back part of the year also.
Larry Brown, the tight end, hung around. He's going to have to leave the ball game, and that'll get Michael Taylor in at the tight end position. Ball is on the 46 of Georgia Tech. And it's a first down for the Bulldogs. David Weeks over the ball.
back and take a look at that hit on Bryce Hunter. You could hear it. When you could hear it, it's not good for the receiver. The defensive backs love that, and it really gets the defense fired up when somebody makes a hit.
Ball is at the 42 of Georgia Tech. Second down, 6, Georgia. Blitz. Ball could have been intercepted. Can Hines Ward get up after that hit? Ryan Stewart just flattened it.
He had a blitz coming. He never saw the blitz. Stewart, that's a strong safety blitz. He never saw him coming. Ball should have been picked off by Miles. He has had some big hits himself today. That would have been a great addition to his day. He's had a big time day, but Hines Ward never saw it coming.
And it's 3rd and 6. That pass is good to Daniels, and it's down inside the 30 and good for a Georgia first down. So Hines Ward showing remarkable recuperative abilities after being flattened on a safety blitz. Gets up and completes a tight pattern down the sideline.
I think he should do more of this, Keith. Get outside the pocket. He's inside the pocket. It's like throwing out of Death Valley with all those big linemen. Now he starts moving around a little bit, gets outside the pocket, uses his ability, and gets the ball to Daniels. Daniels is still down, just getting up. Good to see it.
He's okay.
Just not Chili's till you light up the grill, and that means steaks, like our new Solano strip steak and new steak pico, smothered with onions, bell peppers, and 2 kinds of cheese. So round up the gang and herd them on down to Chili's. Chili's grills like no place else.
Hey, sports fans! Hitachi Ultravision destroys the myth that there's nothing like the real thing. So get real with Hitachi and let the games begin. Hello, movie mavens. With its ultra-clear, ultra-bright, ultra-sharp picture, Hitachi Ultravision asks, who's real? To anyone who's ever guessed whodunit. I just love surprise endings, don't you? Ultravision Home Theater. TVs, VCRs, camcorders. Only from Hitachi.
Ohio State meets Michigan in a traditional Big Ten battle, or Florida State tackles Florida. It's high noon regional action Saturday on ABC's College Football.
The skyline of downtown Atlanta, adjacent to Bobby Dodd Stadium, Grant Field, on the campus of the Georgia School of Technology, 46,205. Watching today, that's full house. Georgia trying to get some more on the scoreboard. Pitch it to Kurtzy, looking for some room on the corner. Bounce off and gets inside the 20. He was a yard short of his first down, but that was a good cut back to the inside to get him the yardage.
There's the other side of the field. It'll be coming right at you. Nice job of blocking there up front. 75 to start. That one almost broke.
17-7. Georgia Tech leading. 10 minutes to play all game. Eyeing for the first down. Believe he's got it, but there was a pretty good lick there from Jimmy Clements, a junior from Marietta, Georgia, playing for Georgia Tech. It is a first down for the Bulldogs.
Ray Goff has been the head coach here the last 7 years, and he was an assistant for 8 years prior to that. And of course, he played here, and as you was an SEC. He was the player of the year in 1976, in the championship season. Player of the year in the conference.
Percy now 18 carries in the ball game, 75 yards. Ward fakes it, gives the ball to Bryce Hunter. And Bryce Hunter is inside the 10, down close to the 5. And it'll be first and goal to go for Georgia.
Well, the strength of this offense for Georgia Tech is their wide receivers, obviously, Bryce Hunter and Daniels, and several ways to get the ball to the wide receiver. This time, just get it out to Hunter, let him do some magic one-on-one. Just ducks inside of D, picks up a first down. They need a score here, Keith.
First and goal from the 6. Percy. Here, touchdown.
Don't stay in there, go for 2. Stay in and go for 2.
Trying to make it 17-15.
If they make it, they're only a field goal away from winning the ball game. Good call.
17-15 reminds me of the time Dinky Bowen kicked the field goal in 1944 to beat Navy 17-15.
That's what that reminds you of, huh? 17-15 wouldn't have reminded me of that.
It's a great game.
All right. Well, 2-point plays they work on them all week. Let's see what they got.
They're flanking Ward. Pressure coming. Passes away. Works. Throw it to Hunter.
The flag ball, maybe offensive interference.
Personal foul against Georgia Tech. I think Keith Brooking might have gotten a little exuberant on Bryce Hunter.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown. This is a nice run by Kirksey. Nice. Starts to the left, has good vision and good footwork, the ability to get back over there, and the toughness to break through it. There's a 2-point conversion right here. They work on these all week long in case they need them. Nice play. The late hit with the personal foul. Yeah. Yep.
There's no place on this team for Deion Sanders.
Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By Prime Star, digital mini-dish satellite television. By Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value, the best to you each morning from Kellogg's. And by Chili's Grill and Bar. Chili's grills like no place else.
Uga kicking from the 50-yard line, Keith, after that personal foul. Might watch out for an onside kick, and looks like Georgia Tech has the guys up there.
Yeah, they got the good hands, folks, up on the front. But they hit a knuckleball down toward the end zone. It's being rolled around down there some by Charlie Rogers. They'll come out to the 20.
2-point conversion might be a big play in this game, Keith, and we work on these all week long. You got these 2 guys coming to the outside, but the man they want to get it to is Hunter. Watches the 2 inside guys. Hunter comes in motion and gets in the middle of the formation. Nice play. Looking right there with the personal foul. Allowed him to kick off in the 50, but a nice throw by Hines Ward.
Georgia's had 2 long drives in the second half. 13 plays. Percy scored it. 10 plays. Percy scored it. And it's a 17-15 ball game. And a little quick pop up the field to Harvey Middleton. And move your change. You've got a first down, and here's Lynn Swan.
Keith, I'm with Mrs. O'Leary, Peggy O'Leary, George's mom, and she's here for Thanksgiving. And tell us a little story about George, what he's like on Thanksgiving.
Well, since he started coaching, it's hard to find him in a mood that you... If he wins, fine. If he loses, don't talk to him.
Let's go back to a play. We'll come right back.
So first down from the 34. The Dogs taken down. Number 99, Keith Drayton, back to 20.
Mrs. O'Leary, George was telling me that when you see him after a game, you don't mince any words with him. You tell him what you think of the ball game, too.
I was thrilled at the beginning of this game. Now I'm starting to get worried. So they'll come through.
You have the utmost faith in him?
Yes.
So you got the whole family down for Thanksgiving?
No, just his son, one son, and myself. There are 3 families up on the Long Island.
Well, quick hello. Say hello to the family real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Keith?
All right, Swanee, thank you. It's Keith Libby. Second down and 14. The pass down incomplete for Milton. 7:48 to play in the game. Resurgent Georgia now trailing by only 2 points. Defense.
They're on a roll. Joe Kynes, the defensive coordinator, trying to get it done.
Yeah. Pretty good record.
Yes, it is.
Ball's right on the 30. Third down and 14. Shotgun, now gets a little heat. Now there's a penalty flag. He's got a major problem because I think Texans get flagged for holding.
And he did not pick up enough for a first down.
Well, it's 3rd and 14. If they get a 10-yard holding call down there where that flag is, that'll put them way back around the 15. It might be worth taking it. So they're sorting it out. And there's the games that are on for you tomorrow on Friday, and I think they've decided not to accept the penalty. The Arizona State game, that's West Coast only. And, of course, the national telecast involved there is Oklahoma, Nebraska, coming out of Lincoln. All of that on ABC Sports tomorrow. So they decide to go ahead and force Tech to punt the ball and get it back to see what they can do with it with 7 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Rodney Williams will do the punting. He's one of 15 true freshmen that have played for Tech this season. Whoa, look at this. Great kick. Holy smokes. All the way back goes Chris McCraney inside the 10 and is out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. What a punt. 57 yards. And I mean, it was up around the top of the stadium. I'm out.
So look at what Georgia has done in the second half. They've only had 2 possessions. I think that offense isn't confident. Hines is saying, let's go. One more time down. We don't need a touchdown. All we need is a field goal.
Larry Bowie and Torrin Kirksey line up in the backfield. Kirksey is the deep man. They're starting at the 10-yard line. 90 yards away. They're going to throw it. Let it go big. And he's got a man running under it downfield, but no chance for Bryce Hunter.
Good coverage that time. There's been some other times when he had him open and overthrew him. Both teams need a victory to qualify for a bowl game, and it's certain that the loser of this game will go home. There will be no bowl game for the loser.
Might explain that Georgia Tech has 6 wins coming into the game, 6-4. But one of those wins is over Furman, which is a 1AA team. So they have only 5 Division 1A victories. 6 over Furman. And running hard. He's out close to the 15-yard line. about a 5 or 5.5, 6-yard pickup.
Well, the offensive line, the second half for Georgia has done a nice job. Take a look from ground level, right behind him. Weeks, 55, 79 the Stinchcomb. 71 is Meadows. Big third down here. You need to keep possession of the football.
The tech side of the field, players and coaches trying to get the crowd to come up and help them a little bit now as Hines Ward is going to come up on third down and 5. He's out of the shotgun, so as much noise as they can get, and they apparently get what they want. They force him to call a timeout. That stops the clock with 6:34 to play in the game.
It isn't just anyone who can set up a deal in Tashkent, or Almaty, or Istanbul, or Bombay. And it certainly isn't just any airline that can get you there. People do business all over the world. Good thing Lufthansa flies there.
Dad, Katie has more than me. Not too.
Okay. There, satisfied? Wait, my mistake. Now, she has more than you.
The problem with a cereal that's made like popcorn is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
There, now you're even.
She's got more milk.
It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
Commemorating the final issue of the original version of Star Wars, you can get a free Making of Star Wars video with 2 proofs from Kellogg's Corn Pops. Star Wars, the original version, one last time.
Would we claim the Norelco razor shaves closer than ever, without hundreds of tests to back it up? Say our precision groove helps the Norelco lift and cut system shave closer, without proof? No. We wouldn't say it's our closest shave ever without science, sensors, tests. But of all the tests that prove it's closer, the most convincing requires a personal touch. The Norelco razor, our closest shave ever.
Some of the moments from the game today. Hines Ward, 17 of 26 for 186 yards, 1 interception. He has led a Georgia surge in the second half, down 14-0 at halftime. And that 27-yard field goal missed by Frakes in the first half. Looks pretty big right now. Georgia trailing by just 2, 17-15. And it is 3rd and 5. He throws underneath to Bowie, and he's got a first down out to the 23-yard line. Big play there.
It's a good play, Keith. They got single coverage, and he's going to get the ball here against this linebacker, and he's just going to run a little circle route out of the backfield. 3rd and 5. You like to throw to your backs. A little confusion. The linebacker went a little too deep. Good call.
Hertzian at the deep back position for Georgia. Hunter's in motion. Hertzie with the ball. Hit by D as he finds daylight in the defensive front. And his offensive people on the left side made a nice hole for him. Adam Meadows and Stinchcomb.
Keith, this is where the defense has got to step up and take charge. They've been on the field for 2 possessions, the defense has, and they've given up 2 touchdowns in the second half. They need to make a statement that Georgia Tech is to win this game.
5 minutes and 35 seconds to play in a ball game. Bowie and Hertzie deep. It's the freshman. And Corin Hertzie maybe a yard. On the 30 on that carry. He's going to have now 22 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns as he stands on the field at the moment.
This Georgia Tech defense is the same defense that shut down Warwick Dunn, the Florida State running back who had about 6 or 7 straight 100-yard games earlier in the year. They are tough to run against. We'll see Warwick Dunn on Saturday.
They've been forcing Georgia to take time and go the long march. Georgia's pulled it off twice. And this is Hunter. He's at the 40. That's the first down. Oh, stop your clock. Move your chain to 3-4. showing on the scoreboard time clock.
Yeah, big play by Hines Ward. This keeps the drive going right here. It's his main man. Just going to run a little curl route from the shotgun. He gets it. Hunter gets open. He throws it at the right time and gets it there. Keep the drive going. Make first downs.
First down on the 41 of Georgia. Got it away just in time to Bowie. Ryan Stewart came in and leveled Hines Ward, but he got his pass away, and Bowie moved it upfield for a first down.
Well, Hines Ward got hit by Stewart earlier. Here's Stewart here. They're saying, all right, you guys are moving it. Let's do a strong safety blitz. Hines Ward turns back to him, so he didn't see it. He sees it just before he gets hit, and his quickness allows him to get rid of the football. Expect some more blitzes on this drive.
First down at the Tech 47. And it's Brooking getting him at the line of scrimmage, but he's got enough momentum to move it for about 3 yards. Kanon Parkman now becomes a corps célèbre here. Chance to be the dramatis persona in 82 career attempts. Parkman has never tried one for more than 50 yards. The way the Bulldogs are moving it with 3:25 to play, he may not have to go beyond 50. He's the place kicker for Georgia. The pass is complete to Chris McCraney. And McCraney is down to about the 35-yard line. I was going to say, if time permits, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report. I think with some emphasis say, we're going to have one. A long
and a healthy one.
We got some interesting things out of the Florida State matchup Saturday.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a great one. Good stuff. Yep.
This is Kurtzy. He's able to get himself turned upfield. Tech has just not been able to blunt him here in the second half.
And Keith, this is a good drive. They've made 3 or 4 first downs on third down. The other thing that's good about it, Georgia's not in any hurry. All they need is 3 points. And the other thing, they want to take some time off the clock. They're saying, let's just take some time. We'll get there. We got plenty of time. 2:45 to play. All we need is a field goal. Take the time off so Georgia Tech doesn't have much time when we finish with our drive.
Kurtzy is now at 100 yards on 24 carries. Hines Ward almost dropped that snap. This pass down the sidelines intended for Larry Bowie. It's out of bounds and incomplete. Deshaun Simmons was in pummeling on Hines Ward.
Yes, he was.
Georgia in third downs today. This is, testimony of how they've been able to build these 3 long drives they've had. They're 11-15.
Unbelievable on third down, and it goes back to the quarterback. Hines Ward has done it. I mean, these points are not on the board yet. Georgia has 2 timeouts remaining.
Tech has all 3. It is third and 7. Pretty good size play, and we'll see the thing right here. He goes to Daniels, and Daniels, fighting his way down to the 25-yard line, has a first down for Georgia.
All right, look at these 2 guys. They're just going to cross. The 2 red shirts cross to cause some confusion right there. There'll be a little bit of a pick. Yeah. Hines staying in there nicely. Gets it. But right now, when he threw it, he knew that it was going to be a first down and a collision because the guy was just coming over. Big drive.
Big play. This is Kurtzy. And behind the line of scrimmage on a tackle by Mike D., the junior from Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
That is a big play.
To go back and to re-emphasize your point about Hines Ward, on third down, he's 11 of 11 for 9 first downs.
There's a safety right here. D comes out of deep middle. Keith, everything, there's no rush right yet, but the bottom line is Georgia, the points aren't on the board yet. They're in field goal range, maybe. They need to get a little bit further.
Second down and now 14. Dump it off. And almost came up with a first down. Now they're in field goal range.
Well, the linebacker that was covering him was blocked by an offensive lineman.
Jermaine Miles hurt a foot, ankle on the play, and hasn't come off the field. He's a big loss. He's a load. Third down and 4 at the Tech 19. Percy bounces outside and close to a first down at the 16. Timeout by Georgia Tech. So they have to call time to kill the clock and save the time with only 52 seconds remaining. Now, Georgia Tech's play of the year was a defensive play, in their opinion. It came against North Carolina. Tech was leading by 2 points. And Michael Thomas, Carolina, going down to field goal range, throws the ball. The ball is tipped in the air by Keith Brooking by Rogers, and it saved a 2-point win for Tech against the Tar Heels. So that was Georgia Tech pick as their play of the year to this point. If they could come up with something similar, well, it would mean a lot more for the Carolina game. But they're looking now at a field goal try from Kanon Parkman of 33 yards.
Means a bowl game to probably a bowl game for either team, Keith.
He's going to be 34 yards, and he's 3 out of 5 from this range, between 30 and 40. Ryan Sanderson holds. Matt Raybon snaps. He'll hit it at the 24. It'll be 34 yards. It's on its way. It's a low driving kick that's good. It's a kind of a kick that could have been blocked, but he got away with it. And Georgia has taken the lead 18-17 with 47 seconds to play in the game. Tech has 2 times out remaining.
This is not pretty, but it's functional. It's a line drive. If anybody would have gotten their hands up, in fact, it looked like it may have been partially blocked. May have gone through somebody's hands. He hits the ground about 6 inches behind it and hits it in the middle of the ball. This could have been blocked.
Yeah, it's very low.
I mean, he hit the ground about 6 inches behind the football.
Well, Mr. Parkman got away with one there.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
That's looking up on a 5-iron, and he got away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll kick off now.
They had the ball 3 possessions in the second half and scored all 3 times.
High hanger that's going back into the end zone, but Tech's bringing it out. Charlie Rogers up to the 21. 43 seconds. 18-17. Georgia, after Tech has led the whole day.
That drive worked out just perfectly for the Bulldogs. They took some time off. It started with about 7 minutes on the clock. They give it up with 43 seconds to Georgia Tech.
Pressure coming. Got it. Philip Daniels, a senior from Donaldsonville, Georgia. He sacks Davis back inside the 10. The first sack of the day.
Yeah, in his 4th sack of the year, he is the best player on that defensive line. He's been quiet today. He played quarterback, he was a kicker, he was a running back, a linebacker, and a defensive tackle in high school, and he can move.
Davis is now 9 of 16 for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he's running out of time. He's running out of timeouts because they only have one. 36 seconds remaining, and Georgia leads. Georgia could wind up in the Peach Bowl. Could be a Georgia-Virginia match. Let's see that.
Yep. Would be a popular choice locally, wouldn't it?
Yep. Still tickets. Those 2 long drives in the second half, though.
Really, 3 long drives. The field goal, right? That field goal drive took off all the time on the clock. Yep. Just play deep. Make everything go in front of you here defensively.
Down the middle for Middleton. Not good. Tech sideline is screaming for interference.
This is where offensively you've got to take chances. You've got to throw balls up that you normally wouldn't throw during the regular. You got to throw to square ends. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. Ray Goff says get back and don't foul.
31 seconds, 3rd down and 21 for Georgia Tech.
3-man rush, 8 men dropping deep.
Pass to the sideline. That's out of bounds and stops your clock. It's short of the 20. They mark it right on the 17.
Offensively, Keith, the things that you want to try and do here are hit deep outs along the sideline to stop the clock, or run things over the middle where you have a wide receiver slanting in or squaring in where they can catch the ball and maybe split the defense and go a long way. But you got 8 guys dropping back. There aren't many scenes.
4th down and 14. Nope. Ball was thrown very hard. Cedric Zachary could not come up with it underneath the coverage. He would not have had his first down anyway. Clock stops on the change of possession. 20 seconds remaining, and it's Georgia getting ready to celebrate. And it might come as a bit of a surprise because for most of the day, they trail. Then that 2-point conversion after the second touchdown worked, and suddenly they had the opportunity. So Ray Goff with a victory in his final regular season game for the Georgia Bulldogs head coach.
Tough year for Ray Goff, all the injuries.
Snap it, get a knee down. Tech's got a timeout to spend if they want to, and they do. Tech calls time. Mike Z right up and called it immediately if the clock is still running. And I guess they're going to let it run. So they let it expire. And the Georgia Bulldogs have come dramatically from behind to beat Georgia Tech in their 90th game by a score of 18-17. The genuine Chevrolet most valuable players are Hines Ward, 23 out of 33 for 242 yards and an interception. He was 11 of 11 on 3rd down plays, remember. And Ron Rogers, the middle linebacker for Georgia Tech, big ball game for him, 16 tackles. And Chevrolet, in celebrating its 25th year of NCAA sponsorship, will donate $1,000 to each new General Scholarship Fund for outstanding students, their academic achievements, and help those in financial need. Now here's Lynn Swan with a man who has just tasted the sweetest of the sweet, Ray Goff.
Coach, Hines Ward just gave you the game ball. I just like to hear how you feel emotionally about this win, about this day.
Well, I'm sad for players, Lynn, that you know, we're down 14-0 and didn't play real good the first half, and that's kind of the way this football team's been. They just find a way to do something good. And as I told the seniors, if I'm going to go out from Georgia, I couldn't have picked a better group to go out with.
When you came out, you said that this team in the last 2 ball games has had a tendency to get down. And one of your guys said, oh, we just like to spot them 14 and go after them. What turned it around for you in the second half?
Well, I thought our defense, except for one drive, really picked up our intensity. Offensively, we made some big catches. One, Daniels, Bryce Hunter. We dropped a lot of balls, and big win for us.
I would have to suspect that in addition to big plays and the guys playing hard, maybe the biggest play of all was the decision to go for 2 after the touchdown and make sure that a field goal would win it for you.
Well, I'd already made that decision, and then if we didn't make it, we were going to have to score a touchdown to win it. But I give a lot of credit to our assistant coaches. They got our guys ready to play, and our kids came out and played well. And obviously, I'd like to stay in coaching, so if anybody's listening, I'd love to coach.
Well, you may have just, and should you have at least one more game as a head coach of Georgia, where do you think this ball team will end up on bowl day?
Well, I don't know. I hope they get an opportunity because I think they deserve it. And, you know, maybe they'll let me coach till we lose again.
Coach? Good idea, wasn't it? Good Thanksgiving for you. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you all for being a part of it. Appreciate it.
Keith?
All right, Swanee, it's a nice interview. And I think a terrific attitude by Ray Goff in the wake of what has happened to him over this season. It's been a season of heartbreak for him. And you know the man loves doing what he's doing and being where he's been most of his life. But it's over now.
Well, I think when he met the media after his resignation was announced, he said, let's try and pull together the people that wanted me and the ones that didn't want me. Let's pull together for the next coach.
And a young man who'd love to see single wing and 1 platoon football come back. Now with Lynn Swann, here's Heinz Ward.
Well, Keith, I don't mind telling you, I admired you this day, your versatility. Heinz, how do you do it all? You've had to make a lot of adjustments this year.
I just pray every day to pray to God that nothing happens to me, and God just blessed me with the talent to play a different position, man. And I just stepped out on the field today and gave 110% today. 23 out of 33, 240 yards. That's a little better than 100%. Oh, I appreciate it. Everybody wanted to win this game for Coach Goff. I mean, to send them out on a winning note, you know. And in the second half, that's what we came out to do today.
What was that locker room like in that at the first half? You're down by 14, by 17. What was the conversation?
We was kind of disappointed in ourselves because all year we never gave up, and we didn't show up in the first half. I mean, we came in the second half, and we showed how the University of Georgia play. I mean, we never give up. I mean, until the game's completely over. So,
when do you think it'll sink in for you how big this game for you, all the positions you played, your ability to come in and lead this ball club that we have in such an emergency?
I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm going to enjoy the victory right here and worry about that in the offseason.
Well, you know, all those wide receivers would like to play quarterback at times. Now, how are you going to feel making an adjustment next year going back to wide receiver?
It's going to be kind of hard, but, I mean, I don't know what I'm really going to do right now. I can't tell you right now. So.
Now, do you have a better understanding after having played quarterback? You go back to wide receiver. Bob was talking about how you kind of looked at one receiver and didn't change your vision and drew the coverage to him. You have a little patience. You're going to have a little patience from next time when you're a wide receiver?
I think I'm going to know the offense well and learn the coverage and stuff, so it's going to help me out a lot. What end is it?
Now, which would you rather play? Would you rather stay at quarterback, continue to grow there, or would you rather go back to wide receiver?
I really can't say right now. I'm just excited about the win. I mean, I like them all. You know, I just want the